Georges Shehadeh was a Lebanese playwright and poet writing in French. Georges Shehadeh was born in Alexandria, Egypt, into an aristocratic Lebanese Greek Orthodox family that originated in the Hauran region of Syria. He spent most of his life in Beirut, Lebanon. His sister was the novelist, Laurice Shehadeh. He studied law at the American University of Beirut and became a general secretary at the École Supérieure des Lettres in 1945. In 1930, Saint-Jean Persay published Shehadeh's first poems in the literary magazine Commerce. Chris Avram was a Romanian-Italian film actor. Avram was born in Bucharest into a family of active communists, his father being a member of the Romanian Communist Party while it was still banned, and his brother, Puiu, a communist activist. In his youth, he attended a military school, after which he studied law for 2 years at the University of Bucharest, before being admitted to the Academy of Theatrical Arts and Cinematography. Robert Kelly, naval officer, was an officer of the United States Navy who served during World War II. Kelly was born in New York City and graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis in 1935. World War II. In 1941-42, Lieutenant Kelly served as both executive officer of Motor Torpedo Boat Squadron 3 under Lieutenant John D. Bulkley and as commander of Motor Torpedo Boat PT-34, based in the Philippines. S. Vithyananthan was a Sri Lankan writer, academic, and the first vice-chancellor of the University of Jaffna. Vithyananthan was born on the 8th of May, 1924. He was the son of Suppiramaniam, a proctor from Talipalai in northern Ceylon. He was educated at St. John's College, Jaffna. After school, he joined the Ceylon University College in 1941. He graduated from the University of Ceylon in 1944 with an honors degree. Vithyananthan married Kamala. They had 5 children, Arulnambi, Mahilnangai, Anbu-Chelvi, Inpa-Chelvan, and Siva Mainthan. Prem Nazir was an Indian actor known as one of Malayalam cinema's definitive leading men of his generation. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential actors in the history of Indian cinema. A popular cultural icon of Kerala, Nazir is often referred to as Nithya Haritha Nayakan, evergreen hero. Nazir began his career as a stage actor and made his film debut with the 1952 film Marumakal. He took on the stage name Prem Nazir on the sets of his second film, Visapinte Vili, 1952. Valentin Glushko was a Soviet engineer who was program manager of the Soviet space program from 1974 until 1989. Glushko served as a main designer of rocket engines in the Soviet program during the heights of the space race between United States and the Soviet Union, and was the proponent of cybernetics within the space program. At the age of 14, he became interested in aeronautics after reading novels by Jules Verne. He is known to have written a letter to Konstantin Tsiolkovsky in 1923. Billy Tipton was transgender. Tipton's music career began in the mid-1930s when he led a band for radio broadcasts. He played in various dance bands in the 1940s and recorded 2 trio albums for a small record label in the mid-1950s. Thereafter, he worked as a talent broker. Tipton stopped performing in the late 1970s due to arthritis. Assigned female at birth, Billy was originally named Dorothy Lucille Tipton. He was born in Oklahoma City on December 29, 1914. G. Sankara Pillai was an Indian playwright, literary critic, and director, known to be one of the pioneers of modern Malayalam theater. A proponent of total theater, he was the founder of Nataka Kalari movement in Kerala and the chairman of the Kerala Sangeeta Nataka Akademi. He was a recipient of a number of awards, including the Kerala Sahitya Akademi Award for Drama in 1964 for the work Rail Palangal, Railway Track, and the Sangeet Natak Akademi Award for the Best Playwright in 1979. Ramesh Prasad Mohapatra was an Indian archaeologist and scholar on Odia studies. He served as curator for archaeology at the Odisha State Museum from 1963 to 1989 and made significant contributions to historical research. especially in the fields of archaeology, art history, religion, and other aspects of Odia cultural history. Mohapatra was born in an Orthodox Brahmin family with connections to the royal family of Denkanal, something that greatly helped him in his later work on military history of Odisha. Ronald DePerna was born in Somerville, Massachusetts in 1947 and did his undergraduate studies at Tufts University before being advised to attend graduate school by Professor George Ledger. In 1972, DePerna received from the Current Institute of Mathematical Sciences his PhD under James Glim with thesis Global Solutions to a Class of Nonlinear Hyperbolic Systems. In the 1959-1968 and 1970-1974 seasons, with 97 career starts. He finished in the top 10 38 times, with 4 victories, in 1959 at Sacramento, 1960 at Langhorne, and 1961 and 1962 at Springfield. Sándor Weöres was a Hungarian poet and author. Born in Szombathely, Weöres was brought up in the nearby village of Csongd. His first poems were published when he was 14 in the influential journal Nyugat, West, through the acceptance of its editor, the poet Mihaly Babits. Weöres attended the University of Pécs, first studying law before moving on to geography and history. He ultimately received a doctorate in philosophy and aesthetics. His doctoral dissertation, The Birth of the Poem, was published in 1939. Carl Furillo was an American baseball player who played in Major League Baseball, MLB, spending his entire career with the Brooklyn Los Angeles Dodgers, primarily as a right fielder. A member of 7 National League, NL champion teams between 1947 and 1959, Furillo batted over 305 times, winning the 1953 batting title with a .344 average, then the highest by a right-handed hitting Dodger since 1900. Noted for his strong and accurate throwing arm, he recorded 10 or more assists in 9 consecutive seasons, leading the league twice. Willie Wells was an American baseball player. He was a shortstop who played from 1924 to 1948 for various teams in the Negro Leagues and in Latin America. Wells was a fast base runner who hit for both power and average. He was at his finest with his glove, committing almost no errors and having the speed to run down anything that came in his direction. He's widely considered the best black shortstop of his day. He also taught Jackie Robinson how to turn a double play. Bill Terry, as manager New York Giants, 1932-1941. Career highlights and awards: 3 Hotelex All-Star, 1933-1935. World Series champion, 1933. NL batting champion, 1930, San Francisco Giants number 3. Retired 77.4%, 14th ballot. It is posted on the facade of the upper deck in the left field corner of Oracle Park. Nicknamed Memphis Bill, he is most remembered for being the last National League player to hit 400, a feat he accomplished by batting 401 in 1930.